Today on the table, we have a Ruger Blackhawk. Now this is a .357 single action army revolver. Now Ruger's been in business since 1949, and they've been making these Blackhawks since 1955 actually. So what happened was in basically the early 1950s, you know, Westerns were obviously really popular in the United States, and especially with movies and TV. And Colt at the time had discontinued their iconic single action that you see so many of their single action army. And they really discontinued it basically right before World War II. And there were a few available to kind of meet the demand for cowboy style revolvers. But in 1953, a new firm or branch, I guess, of Ruger, which was Storm Ruger, they introduced the single 6. And at the time, that was a .22 caliber rimfire single action, and that one was obviously very popular at the time because there was no market for it. So then what happened was that led the development of Ruger making this, which is the single action army, the Blackhawk. Now there are multiple different Blackhawks, but I'll just show you kind of I guess it's going to be hard to show if it's unloaded, but what we can do here is, because this is single action, as you can see, you have a little door here that opens. And that's not because it's single action, but it is, I'll show you in a second, but the only way to load it is by opening the door, and then you can actually go through and we can look at all the cylinders here and see that there are no shells whatsoever. No .357 or .38 special shells in there. So you can see that it is not loaded. But the only way that you can shoot it is, it's not double action. So normally you pull the trigger and the hammer would go back and forth, but this, you have to pull the hammer back every time and pull the trigger, thus making it a single action. So they made these Blackhawks since 1955, and they actually still make them up till now. The serial number on this one, as you can see here, is 7. It's in the 71,000s. That one puts this one around 1967. So it is all original. You can see the grips are a little bit worn. They got a little chip here on there on the grip, and then it has some holster wear. You can see, like right here, there's a little bit of holster wear here on the end, and then obviously right here there's a little bit of holster wear as well right there. So, but other than that, oh, and then it has just a little bit of ringing on the cylinder, which is pretty common for, you know, a revolver of this age. But some cool history things about this, though, is that, so again, they introduced this in 1955. They chambered it in .357 Magnum, and it sold well. And then in 1956, they introduced the .44 Magnum, and Ruger developed kind of a variant of that, which was kind of a slick thing to do. And then what actually happened was, at the time, Smith & Wesson, because you remember the Dirty Harry revolver, that was a .44 Magnum, and that's the Model 29. If you watch my video, I have a Model 29 from before. And Ruger heard wind that they were actually designing that revolver. So they quickly also designed a .44 Magnum revolver of this Blackhawk. And that sold very, very well. Actually, I think it sold better than this .357 did as well. But so other couple of variants on it, though, is that the ones from 1955 to 1962 are known as flat tops because the adjustable brewer sights were not protected by ears. Now, this one's a 1967, and I don't see too many ears. I assume that's what they mean by these little ears here at the top, but it is an adjustable sight. You can see the adjustments right here. Oops, I guess I'm out of frame. You can see the adjustments right there. So, you know, this being a 1967, obviously it is a flat top. You can see that here. Now, the other thing too is that from 1962 to 1972, Ruger made the 3-screw Blackhawk, which is actually what this is. So if you flip it over, you can see there's 3 screws right here. Those are the 3 screws that they're referring to as a 3-screw Blackhawk, which is what this is. And they actually came in various calibers. So that's kind of cool, and I'll go through here all the different calibers that they came in. They came in different lengths, so you can get a 4 5/8 up to a 7.5. This is the 7.5. Obviously, this is the longest one. They came in a 30 carbine. There's a .357 Magnum, obviously, which is what this is. There's a 41, and then there's a .44 Magnum and a .45 Colt. Or, I'm sorry, 44. Yeah, there's a .44 Magnum, .44 Special, and then a .45 Colt. Now, another just kind of like cool pop culture stuff. James Bond illegally owns a Ruger 44 Super Blackhawk, which is a variant of this Blackhawk, in the 1981 movie License Renewed. So that's kind of cool. And then in the video game GoldenEye, which many of us probably played back in the 90s all the time, one of the weapons was the Cougar Magnum, and that's actually based off of this revolver. So if you ever get your old GoldenEye 007 video game out from the 90s, the Cougar Magnum is based off of this Ruger Blackhawk. So let me know if you have one. Let me know if you shoot one. I haven't shot it yet. I actually just got it today. I thought it'd be fun to make a quick video about it. But it's my first Ruger, and it's a fun one to have, and I'm definitely going to have to look for the 44 Magnum and a few other variants of it as well. But thanks again.